So I know Extinction came out about 2 weeks ago, but there are so many things, little tips and tricks that I bet you guys don't know. So today I have a bunch of different things that I guarantee at least one of them you will not know about. So here, the first one, we have the corrupted rating. So corrupted rating is very overpowered in Extinction at the moment. Pretty much what this means is you can lead over any corrupted dino to a base and destroy it, literally completely destroy it. So these corrupted dinos, it doesn't matter which type, it could be a trike, it could be a giga, it could be a bird, or even a dilphosaur. Any dino that is corrupted, it will aggro on a base that is player made. So let's say you make a base that's full metal or even full tech, and a corrupted dino goes near it and gets aggroed onto it. If your turrets aren't on wild dinos only, then they will literally destroy your whole base. So you can use these to your advantage. Let's say you want to raid a base, but you don't really have the time to like wipe the whole thing, get C4, wipe it completely. If you want to wipe a base now, all you have to do, lead a corrupted Pteranodon over to a base, and boom, look at this. It's already raiding it. It's overpowered. But pillar bases, this is the next one here. So these are kind of going off of the corrupted rating. So these allow you to kind of counter it. So instead of building a base on the ground like usual, think about something more strategic, something higher up so that you can't lead over like a corrupted Dilphosaur and literally a Dilphosaur raids your whole base. So if you build on these pillars, 1, no land dinos can get to you. 2, they are so easily defendable because you can put turrets all around these. They're very flat, well, certain ones are really flat. Plus, nothing can really get up here unless it's a flyer. So if you have a ton of flyers, get a high level RG, do your metal runs and just own one of these pillars. They are very good base locations. So that's another thing that I wanted to show you guys here. The best thing about this base location is that only corrupted Pteranodons can get up here, so those are really easily killed. But now let's move on to Enforcer loot. So Enforcers are the little, I guess, sci-fi looking things that have long claws and legs with a long tail. They look very futuristic, and what these things do, they drop a lot of good loot. So you might look at them, they look really scary at first, but they're really easily killed. They don't have a lot of health. And if you go up to them with a pike, they do some damage, but it's really easily, defendable because you can just go up with a pike, demolish the thing. Even a sword's better. But if you go up behind it, kind of crawl under, and then try to get underneath the belly of it, you can kind of sometimes glitch it out and just make sure it can't hit you. But sometimes, even if it does hit you, it's not that hard to kill. But the main reason I put this in here is because these things drop really good loot. You could grind these things, kill like a few of them, and then get a few turrets because these things, they drop really good engrams for them so you can make your own. Plus they drop electronics, scrap metal, and oil, which are all very good resources to have on Extinction. So now let's move on to the next one, which is corrupted nodules. So I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, nodules or something like that. But these things, they look like little eggs kind of, and when you kill any corrupted dino, you will get them if you harvest it. And what these things can do is act as organic polymer. So a lot of you guys have probably killed these corrupted dinos and you get these nodules, but you're like, what do I do with them? Well, these corrupted nodules can be used as polymer if you put them in a fabricator. So when you put them in the fabricator, it will take the place of the organic polymer. You can craft turrets, whatever you want, whatever uses polymer, you can use these things. It's very useful, and I know a lot of people didn't know about them, and that's what they look like when you get them. Also, make sure you're collecting it with a hatchet because they give the most corrupted nodules. But now let's move on to the best metal spot on the map that is easily, accessible. So this is in the middle of the city. I showed it off on one of my resource guides, but I didn't really go in depth on it. But this metal spot is the best. There are so many metal nodes here, and on Extinction, if you guys play it, you know that there's not a lot of metal spawns. And if there is, they're all spread out. So this location, it has all the metal spawns really close together along with crystal, and it's right next to water, right next to some beaver dam spawns. It's a perfect location to make a base around, and you have a ton of metal. So obviously you shouldn't make a base right where the metal is because you'll get raided, but maybe a little bit away from it, but still close enough for you to fly over your birds, your RGs, to farm all this metal. So it's a really good spot. It's at those coordinates right there on the GPS. It's really, really good. It's a central location in the middle of the map. Plus, that's what it looks like on the map. The map was a little bit blurry for some reason. But if you guys want to go here to grind out metal, make sure you go to these cords and get as much as you can, because there's a lot of the shiny nodes which give a lot of metal. But now let's move on to the next one here. Dangerous water. So if you go into the wastelands, everything is really dangerous. You guys already know that the corrupted dinos are dangerous. They're very aggressive. They will attack you. But now there are corrupted like water. I don't even know how to describe it, but I went up to one of these lakes. Don't be fooled by the bright blue water. It will kill you guys. It's horrible. I don't even know what happened. I went up to it and drank it. It wouldn't let me drink it, and it started doing a little bit of damage. I don't even know what happened. Just don't go up to these. Don't try to drink them. They are not good. All it will do is result in bad things, okay? Plus, when you try to go up, there's just corrupted dinos and carnos and everything chasing after you. If you go into the corrupted wastelands, make sure that you guys have a good tame that can quickly get you in and out of there for whatever you need. But now let's move on to the next one. Don't eat these nodules. So if you guys kill some of these corrupted dinos and you get the nodules from them, do not eat them. Oh my gosh, I have a PvP server that I play on, Small Tribes, and I was mistaken. I thought you could eat these things. I don't know why I tried it, but I tried eating one of them and it resulted in a very bad thing. So if you eat these things, you will instantly die. I mean, I guess it's kind of good if, you know, you're stuck in a cage and you have one of these, you can eat it and then you get out of the cage. But other than that, I don't really see the use for eating these. They're very bad. They kill you instantly. And when I killed myself in Ark Survival, it was so bad because I was in the middle of nowhere. I was on a bird and the bird ended up dying because I just killed myself by eating one of these. So just don't do it, guys. Leave them alone. Use them as organic polymer, but whatever you do, don't accidentally right click on them because you will instantly die and you will regret it. But now let's move on to the next one here, which is the gacha loot. So you guys already know about the crystals and how these gachas drop crystals off of their back once you tame them. So I'm not here to talk about that. Obviously, if you guys haven't looked into that yet, I recommend you go on YouTube and search up how the gachas really work. But what they kind of do is drop loot off of crystals that are on their back, and when you open up these crystals, you get a ton of different loot. You can get ascendant gear and all that. But the best way to farm this loot is by separating these gachas. So oviraptors, they don't do anything. Mate boosting, it doesn't do anything. But what you need to do is separate them in your base. Put them about 30 foundations apart, or just like that's roughly the estimate of length. But keep them apart and they will produce more crystals. But now let's move on to the Plant X. So a lot of people in Ark Survival are trying to get Plant X up. You know, they focus on turrets, but then they're like, I'm missing something. Plant X, how did I forget? Well, the reason why people don't start off with Plant X anymore is because they're so hard to find. Like, you can't just find a Plant X seed so easily, like in the center or the island or Ragnarok anymore. So the way you have to get it is the old-fashioned way, and only the legacy players really know about this. You have to go up to these plants and harvest them. And not with just any, like, you know, anything, any tame. You have to use iguanodons or parasaurs or any berry getter, really. But I find that an iguanodon works the best because these things focus on seeds mostly, and they will get you these Plant X seeds, which you need to make. So now let's move on to the next one here. It is the snow owl. So snow owls, these things are really underestimated. You guys are probably like, it's just another RG. No, these things are really, really good. So you guys already know that they regen health really quickly. Plus, they have a dive, which the griffin also has. But on top of that, these things are so easy to tame. So first off, on a 3-time server, you can tame a 150 owl, perfect tame, for literally 40 minutes of your time. It's incredible. 40 minutes and you get a perfect tame 150. And with that, you can tame the whole thing with raw meat. You can tame a 150 with raw meat in 40 minutes, no narcotics on top of that. These are incredible. They're so easy to tame, so I do recommend you go out and tame these. Alright guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Before you click off, I want to talk to you guys for a second here. First off, I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. I've been very sick. I'm getting over a cold right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I sound a bit nasally, but I am getting better and more uploads will come very soon. On top of that, my PvP series on Extinction, if you guys are watching that, I'm very sorry. Our tribe, we got freaking raided. It was so bad. We got raided by the corrupted dinos, which I talked about in the beginning of the video. I didn't put any of the turrets on wild dinos. It was my fault. plus the generators ran out of gasoline. It was really embarrassing, but we're gonna start building up. I have Thanksgiving vacation, so I'm gonna be banging out videos and hopefully banging out some awesome freaking gameplay on this official servers for Extinction. But if you guys made it to the end, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like the video. I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully tomorrow. Peace.